Well, Captain Larry, it's Tuesday, I think the 30th of January, and at least I haven't got pizza cheese in my mustache. So here we are. Behold, cabin lights. Check this out. You know, the faucet's a little loose, but pressure water, look at that. And so these switches are working again. The sky is working, dim and bright. These are working. So, and as you know, the stove works. Oh, let's see, the gas isn't on, so I can't do that. But anyway, so we've made a fair amount of progress, I'd say. Water works in the galley too, or in the head too, but sink is not draining for some reason. I don't understand how this valve works. I'm going to have to mess with it. But it had been so long since I cleaned the water tank that I forgot that it's got this heavy-duty cover. So I went and put the water tank in and futzed around with it a couple of times till I got it back in the right position. Filled it all the way up with water. Then I went up in the forecastle, turned on the lights so I could photograph it. And what was on the berth there but this great big heavy cover that protects the stupid thing from being punctured. So I have to drain all of that water out of there. I have to pump it all out down the drain in order to put that cover on there, disconnect the pipes, and which is not hard, but positioning the thing is. So anyway, that's the story with that. And I don't know, you can hear the pump just try to cycle very briefly, about once every 5 or 10 minutes. I suppose that means there's a little leak somewhere, but can't be very damn big. And even the silly, my brother says it makes him dizzy every time I walk around with this camera, but even this shower works. So a little head pulls out and there's a hose and all that crap. But so there we go. The solar is charging the batteries, and there, well, it says 12.9 right now. It said 13 point something earlier, but you know, it all depends on how much the wind is blowing and how much took the batteries down running all the lights and the pump and stuff. So anyway, that's working. So I guess I might as well show off starting up the engine while we're doing it. Stick the handy dandy little key in. Here's a kind of an interesting little switch. This switch has got a voltmeter built into it. So you can see this says 12.6 volts. So let's see here. There's little machinations with this. You push this button to disconnect the transmission. Crack the throttle open. Turn it on. Let it honk, and there she goes. Just like they have downtown. propanator working here, but because the battery was up, it won't take very long for it to go back down to zero again. I'm going to shut this so I don't have to breathe the diesel fumes. So only the solar is charging the house batteries, and the generator is charging the starting battery only right now. So you can see the voltage is up to 14.4 or so. So it's just charging right away, just like it should. There is no number 2 battery on that switch right now. So that's the story. Since November, we've gotten the boat reasonably clean. Starting to dope out the 12-volt DC system. Got the house lights working. Got the pressure water working. Got solar charge installed. Got the DC charging system straightened out. Called out the one bad battery and resurrected the other good starting battery. I guess we'll start in on the electronics here pretty soon. The radar works. The depth sounder doesn't. The LoRaN is telling me no signal, so I gotta ditch with it. Wind vane and wind speed aren't working. The instruments there are alive, but the sensors is not working. And this little guy, the propane sensor, makes noises, but I'm not at all convinced that there's a rattiest hat in the world there. I'm not at all convinced that the sensor in place are working. Certainly hasn't been tested, so we'll have to test that. And there we go. Idles right down. We'll let that run for a bit. But anyway, I am pleased that the gotten this far in the. I'm going to go sit down. I've been dizzier than hell today. I've had to lie down twice. I don't know what's going on. I didn't sleep that well. But anyway, and with this thing, I've measured the sizes for the wood that I have to cut. I have to extend the bottom of this plywood backing board about 4.5 inches. So I've got to cut 4.5 or 5 inch wide piece and then put a doubler on the back of that. What kind of wood that's going to be, I don't know yet. Marine plywood, solid hardwood, I don't know what it's going to be yet. And but anyway, when I get that in and put a little, piece of 1x across the bottom, then the bottoms of the berths will have something to rest on in the back, and we got to put the cleats back in the side. There's one, you can see the white line right. I get my finger in there, the white line right across that. The cleat that screws into that bulkhead there, and the same on the other side. So that's of course the ends, and then there's right in here there's support, and then put support in the back, and we'll be good. So anyway, I haven't figured out what these orphaned wires are here yet. We'll got to trace those out and figure out where they go and what they do. I don't know. But, so we're getting there with the systems. Stove, water, lights, bilge pump, engine. The engine I want to clean the fuel filters, change the oil, put some additive and fresh fuel in there. I have a feeling I may want to end up disassembling the injectors and cleaning them out, maybe overhauling them, but don't know yet. We'll see, do all the other stuff first and see how that works out. So, put this up here and pull a little lever here and make this thing stop. Well, that's the oil pressure alarm honking at us. Turn off the battery. Just like downtown. So that's the story to as of the end of January 2018. Guess we started with this. I think I bought it the 9th of November. November, December, January. A couple of weeks in January didn't even come here. So there we go.